Alright, so it's Friday, it's the end of the work week, your boss was probably on your ass, or maybe it was your mom or your teacher, I don't know, I dropped out of school. But what I do know is that for me, it's another music review, and this time it's on Roddy Ricch's latest album, Live Life Fast, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty fire.
Motherfucking bars, nigga!
But yeah, Roddy joined up with some big names and interesting ones for this hype, head bopping and bass kicking album that would seem like a perfect Christmas present for a fan of the rapper, and a pretty nice way to end the year out. Alright, so if I had to summarize this album up in one word, it would be impressive. This project is a creative mix of trap, choppy, and anthem style hip hop to make something that has little to no misses. Roddy's rapping style throughout this project might seem a little all over the place, but it's utilized pretty well to accompany these hard hitting beats. An example of this would be on the track All Good that has this perfect mix of angry trap sound, with Roddy going in on these materialistic and braggadocious bars, alongside this choppy chorus that's pretty catchy as well. But as stated before, a majority of this project is filled with some bangers and heavy hitters that definitely caught my attention, just as paid my dues and moved to Miami, but there are some tracks that would seem like lows for me, which would be Roller Coastin' and Everything You Need, and a few tracks towards the end of this project that aren't exactly bad, but just doesn't have the same feel that I'm getting from the rest of this album with the high energy to keep me entertained. But when looking at the high points, I can say that this is a very fun listen from Roddy Ricch, with this project seeming to have elements that would remind me of Baby Keem, Future, and Travis Scott in a way with his flow and delivery. But as for the production, I did see that there were some big names on this album such as Metro Boomin, Wheezy, TM88, and a bunch more that definitely played a big part in the high energy and quality throughout this project, and I do appreciate that for the majority. Each beat kept within theme and allowed Roddy to really be creative with his bars and delivery for these incredible tracks, such as Thailand or No Way. But as for the features, there was definitely a range when selecting, with him stepping outside of the usual rotation of features for a minute just to add in people like Takeoff, 504, and Jamie Foxx.
What?
Yes, you heard that right, Jamie fucking Foxx, to help complement Roddy on these tracks. And for the majority, they did a pretty good job, with my favorites probably being Ty Dolla $ign, Takeoff, and Lil Baby, especially Lil Baby on the track Moved to Miami, with him doing his usual dose of an insane 30-second verse of him just floating on a beat for $1 million. There was also a Gunna feature, with him going harder on the feature than on his own songs, as per usual, and Jamie Foxx did some narration for this album as well on the track No Way. That would seem pretty cool to add in at first, but I feel like it was pointless and didn't serve too much to the album. But overall, this was a very fun album to listen to, with these fast-paced and heavy bass beats to complement Roddy's rapping style and dope features. It really does come full circle to make something that resembles living life fast. So to put this on the scale, I'm giving this a strong 8 out of 10, with this being an impressive jump from his previous album, and a great way to end the year. But how do you guys feel about Roddy Ricch's latest album? Do you think it's better than Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial? Let me know down in the comments while liking and subscribing. Make sure to follow my IG and Twitter, and if you like the illustrations used in this video, make sure to follow the artist as well because she's dope. And oh yeah, make sure to follow my second channel, Wallows Gaming, for me outside of music. And on that note, I'll see you on Monday for whatever video I decide to upload. Peace.
Yes!